Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Tessie's World. Happy Wednesday. I don't know why, but Wednesday has been a day that I've had time, so let's get into a happy wise Wednesday. Today, make the wise choice. Choose your battles wisely. You understand what I'm saying? Battles are going to be here throughout life. That is the purpose of life. I've come to realize and accept. The purpose of life is to see how you maneuver, how you get through, how you progress, and how you can grow through those battles that are going to test you every waking day of your life. Remember, life is in stages. Just like when you were an infant, you didn't know anything. When you were a toddler, you knew a little bit more. When you grew into a kid, a child, when you were like first, second grade or whatever, you knew a little bit more. By the time you grew into a preteen, going towards teenager, when you were in middle school, you knew a little bit more. By teenager, we thought we know everything, but we knew a little bit more. By the time we get into young adult, I would say honestly, for me, young adult could run between 23-ish and a good old, I would say 32-ish, honestly, 32, 33, something like that, because I feel like the way you maneuver in your teens will set you up for your 20s. But the way you maneuver in your 20s has absolutely nothing to do with your 30s. And all my 30 and older crowd, listen, I know you understand, because shit that we was doing in our 20s, we would not fathom doing in our 30s. And sometimes it does take us to get past, like I would say sometime 32. When we first get over that hump of 30, we feel different. Like there's a different synergy, a different energy that's just like, whoa, hold on now. I'm not 29 no more. But then as you move into them 30s, period, right? So anyway, yeah, choose them battles wisely, because them battles are always going to be there. And if you don't choose wisely, you'll have yourself wrapped around the fucking pole. I don't know how else to say it, honestly. Mentally, you'll be wrapped around the pole. Physically, you could find yourself wrapped around the pole. Like, you will be twisted up, literally. So choose wisely. Have a great breakfast this morning, great lunch, great dinner, great snack. Get some exercise in, get some mental exercise in as well. Get some reading in, and do whatever you need to do to make sure that you're going to have the best wise Wednesday that you've had thus far this year. Okay, set it in stone. Set it now so that it can be in stone when other seasons come. You know what you're gonna do. You know how you want your Wednesday to flow, because it's the middle of the week. I always say, you could have been going Monday and Tuesday, could have been shit. Today's the day for you to revamp that shit and have Thursday and Friday just bust it open. So happy Wise Wednesday. Be wise, guys. I promise you, choosing to be wise for 2 seconds will change your life. I say that every week and I mean it. Be wise. All of us have been through something. Don't let what you've been through go in vain. Use it to the best of your knowledge and the best of your ability to make your life better. Right? So with that, happy Wise Wednesday. And you guys see what this is about. Stop suppressing yourself, or don't suppress yourself. I haven't figured out which one I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be about not suppressing yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to get into it real quick, because this is gonna be a really quick video. I just want to speak my opinion, my advice, and be done with it. So guys, we have all suppressed ourselves for something, for a mate, for a friend, for a family, for just thinking that we are making the right choice, not for ourselves, but for whatever. And I'm just here to tell you right now that suppressing yourself will never give you or help you gain the happiness that you're truly chasing after. Suppressing yourself does nothing but make you miserable, start to not help you, but start to have you becoming negative, you know what I mean? Or have you just confused and lost in life by suppressing yourself. I know it seems simple, but ask yourself right now, in whatever situation you chose to suppress yourself, did you come out on top at the end? You didn't. You didn't. Because suppressing yourself is basically saying that you're choosing to make a decision that will allow someone else to feel comfortable, or allow someone else to be one up while you're sitting here with the face. You know what I mean? Don't suppress yourself. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. I know that in that moment, you feel like the suppression is a sacrifice that you can bear, is a sacrifice that is not going to turn into a burden, but it's going to turn into a burden. I promise you it is. It may not feel like it month 3. It may not feel like it month 6. You may even be able to cope with it a whole year. But there'll come a time where that suppression is just like, I can't do this anymore. You're going to get agitated, have anxiety, aggravated, irritated, annoyed. You guys know how I run more frustrated. And it is all because you thought that in your suppression for someone else's happiness, that some type of way it will come full circle and come back around for them to make you happy. But it won't. It will not. And it will not because they wanted you to do what they wanted you to do because that's what made them feel good. It didn't make you feel good from the get-go. It never made you feel good. So don't do it. Do not suppress. If there's anything out here that you want to do right now that will bring you joy and happiness, do it. If a friend can't understand, sometimes you gotta deuces. If a mate can't understand, sometimes you gotta deuces. Or you guys have to come to some type of understanding and compromise where you can be on this side doing what you need to do, that you don't have to suppress, and they can be on this side and give you the understanding, the freedom, the support, and the strength to say, you know what, babe? I may not understand it. I may not agree with it. But if it's what's going to make you happy, your happiness comes first. Because that's what relationships, friendships, and family is about. It's about being happy. Is someone always going to agree with what you want to do? No. Are you always going to agree with what somebody else wants to do? No, you're not. So we need to just come to that understanding in life and say, I'm going to meet you here at this fence, but I don't want to step over. And that's perfectly fine. You don't have to step over. No one is requiring, or it's not mandatory that you step over. We need to let that shit go too. We constantly are putting these pressure. We always want to say, I want to be loved unconditionally, but everybody got conditions to their love. Everybody on this earth got a condition to their love because it's unconditional until it's something that you don't like. And when that happens and you don't like it, it becomes conditioned because now you don't want to deal with it. That's a condition. We have to stop making people feel like they have to do everything that we want in order for them to be loved or in order for them to feel our love, because that's not right. Myself included. That's not right. My thing is always that I guess I always felt like moving my way was the best way. And me and Babe went through that a lot in the beginning of our relationship, where it caused a lot of friction, a lot of nasty attitudes, mostly from my part, because I was just like, whatever. From his part, he was really like, babe, I don't want to argue over this. That's how he was. I feel like my hat's crooked. I always need a haircut. Always. And even though my hair is not that long, I know y'all see it, but it's too much for me. I don't like it like this, so whatever. So, yeah, he never wanted to argue. He was always like, all right, babe, well, I understand the way you move, right? And maybe that works for you, but it doesn't work for me to move that way. And it took a while. He has a lot of patience. Thank you, babe. He has a lot of patience. It took a while, but we're here now. And now we understand the way he needs to move is what makes him happy. It may not make me happy, but I needed to understand that I needed to trust that he would take care of himself and he would protect himself and do what needed to be done to keep himself okay. Whereas what I need to do over here is how I feel protected, how I feel secure, and how I feel okay. You know what I mean? So we need to stop suppressing, because suppressing does nothing but it damages us. It makes us feel like we can't find happiness. It makes us feel like we'll never find happiness. And it makes us feel like there will never be someone out here that will fully understand us and allow us to be ourselves. And there will. There will. There's a ton of people out here that's looking for someone like you, with your goals and your values and your mindset and what else? The way you communicate. You know, somebody else may have gave you flack because you over communicated. So now they feel like, oh, shut the fuck up. But there's someone out here that's looking for an over communicator. Someone that breaks it down so goddamn much that it's smaller than a goddamn rice grain. You know what I mean? Where else there's someone that's just like, all right, you cut out this slice of pie or whatever, and I'll maneuver with it the way that I can. I don't need you to break it down that's to that simple. You know, it doesn't need to be that simplicity or that's simple. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't suppress yourself. I see people do it all the time. I really do. And I'm telling you from watching them, they never come out on top. They never come out on top. They do it for their friends, they do it for their family, do it for their mate, and they never come on top. They often come out feeling like, what the fuck? I wasted those years, you know? And that's really sad, because you can't get those years back. You can now start from where you are and do what you got to do, yes, but you cannot get those years back. You cannot get those years back. So guys, that's it. I didn't realize it's been 10 minutes, but yeah, don't suppress yourself, man. Think about how you felt, how you came out, what has happened to you when you chose to when you chose to suppress for whatever reason, for whoever, you know what I mean? And ask yourself, was it a good feeling? If you feel like you suppressed and you came out fine, hey, I guess do your thing. Lucky you, right? Blessings and whatever to you. But most of us suppress and we just feel fucked up because we didn't really want to suppress in the first place. We did it to make someone else happy. So, oh, sorry. So yeah. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna close. I didn't even realize it was 10 minutes like I just said, but I think that's really good for 10 minutes. You know, the goal of this was just to express my advice and my opinion on suppression, and realizing that you cannot suppress because it never works out for you. Find that person that's willing to be understanding. Find that person that's willing to compromise. Find that person that's willing to say, like, okay, like I just said, I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what I mean? That's not something I would do. But if it works for you, I got you. I'll be your pillow. I'll be your shoulder. You know, I don't want to see it in my face. I don't want to deal with it, which is perfectly fine. But I'm not going to ask you to suppress, because in a way, asking you to suppress, like I said earlier, means that you don't care about that person's happiness. You care about yourself. All right, guys. So you know what I always say. Take a walk. Take a sip. Pack those bags. Get a budget and take a trip. Do whatever you need to do to make you happy, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, that's what's going to mean the most to you. You're not going to feel fulfilled because you suppressed to make somebody else happy. You're going to feel fulfilled because you did what you needed to do to make yourself happy. So do what you need to do to make yourself happy. Have a marvelous, marvelous, awesome, wonderful, fantastic Wednesday. Be wise in all your choices and your decisions, guys, and I'll be back later. Bye. Oh, sorry. And that's the tea with me today. Bye, guys.